we discuss about the determination of molecular weight of the solute by Rask method. This method is based upon the measurement of depression in freezing point of a solvent by the known weight of a non-volatile solute. Depression of freezing point is a colligative property. Depression of freezing point depend on the number of solute particles dissolved in the solvent, not on the nature of the solute. First, I explain freezing point. The freezing point is the temperature at which liquid solvent and solid solvent are at equilibrium. Liquid solvent and solid solvent are at equilibrium. Consider liquid solvent is liquid water and solid solvent is ice, and ice is at 0 degrees Celsius. When liquid water will be in equilibrium with ice, when the temperature of liquid water becomes 0 degrees Celsius, the liquid water and ice are in equilibrium. So the freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. Since the liquid water and ice are in equilibrium at 0 degrees Celsius, vapor pressure of liquid water and vapor pressure of ice are equal. Thus, freezing point of a substance may be defined as the temperature at which the vapor pressure of a substance in its liquid phase is equal to its vapor pressure in the solid phase. The freezing point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. If we add 1 gram of salt to ice, the freezing point may go to -1 degree Celsius. Again, when you add some amount of salt to ice, the freezing point may decreases to -2 degrees Celsius. If you go on add a salt, freezing point would go on decreases, which means your salt is impure or your salt is non-volatile. The temperature which go on decrease on addition of the salt is a fact that we going to deal with, and it is called as depression of freezing point due to the addition of a non-volatile solute. Let us move to graphical representation for it. You have temperature on x-axis, it measures in Kelvin, vapor pressure on y-axis. As you increase the temperature, vapor pressure goes on increases. This is your liquid solvent. Let us take it as a water. If I decrease the temperature, vapor pressure is decreases. When temperature go on decreases, the vapor pressure also go on decreases. And there is a point at which there is a sharp decrease. This point, when there is a sharp decrease, is called freezing point. This is the freezing point of pure solvent. It referred to as TF naught. This is the freezing point of pure water. It refers to as TF naught. Now assume we add some salt in the liquid water. As soon as salt added, vapor pressure decreases because on addition of a non-volatile solute, the vaporization decreases due to the hindrance by the non-volatile solute particles. Therefore, if I add salt, the lines moves down. This line is referred to as solution where you have a non-volatile solute. The point at which this line come in contact, which is your new freezing point, comes here. It refers to as TF. It clearly shows there is a decline in the freezing point. This line moved towards the left, which shows the new freezing point is lower than the freezing point of pure solvent. This is referred as the change in freezing point. If I add more amount of salt, then my line go like this. This is the new freezing point. The freezing point will go on decrease when you go on adding a non-volatile solute. Hence, what we observe is the change in the freezing point. Here, the change is decrease in freezing point. Therefore, it is called depression in freezing point. Like elevation of boiling point, depression of freezing point is directly proportional to concentration of solution. We represent concentration of solution in molality. Therefore, delta TF is directly proportional to molality. The reason could be molality is independent of temperature. To remove the proportionality, we can introduce a constant. Delta TF is equal to Kf into M. Now, we can substitute values for molality. Delta TF is equal to Kf into W2 divided by W1 into M2 into 1000. From this expression, we can write M2 is equal to Kf into W2 into 1000 divided by delta TF into W1. From this expression, we can calculate molecular weight of the solute. In this expression, Kf is molar depression constant or molar cryoscopic constant of a solvent, and it is defined as the depression of the freezing point which would produce by dissolving 1 mole of the solute in 1000 gram of solvent. Delta TF is depression in freezing point. W1 is weight of the pure solvent and W2 is weight of the solute, for which molecular weight to be determined. From this equation, we understand the higher the value of Kf, the larger will be the delta TF. With larger delta TF value, one can find the molecular weight of the substance under consideration more accurately. For substance of higher molecular weight, it is necessary to the solvent whose Kf value is large. The molar depression constant Kf of naphthalene is quite high, it is 40, and therefore naphthalene is commonly used as a solvent in molecular weight determination. However, camphor and phenol can also be used for Rast method. The molecular weight of the substance like acetanilide, anthracene, naphthalene may be determined by Rast method. For this experiment, we need inner tube, outer tube, thermometer, stirrer, beaker, solute and solvent. Let me discuss the experimental procedure now. We have to weigh 3 gram of a given solvent accurately and transfer into a dry inner tube which is covered with outer tube. Insert thermometer and stirrer into the inner tube where pure solvent is taken. Clamp this assembly in your water bath. Heat the apparatus setup containing the pure solvent. While heating, we have to stir the solvent constantly for the uniform distribution of heat inside the inner tube. Heating is continued till it reaches 5 degrees Celsius above its melting point. We have to remove the inner tube from outer jacket, allow the melt to cool, record the temperature at which the first crystal is formed. Let the temperature is T1. So T1 is the freezing point of pure solvent. Now we have to transfer 0.3 gram unknown solute into the inner tube, which contain 3 gram solvent. We know the molecular weight of the solute. Heat the mixture till the temperature reaches 5 degrees Celsius above its melting point. And then we can remove the outer jacket and allow the melt to cool. Note the temperature at which the first crystal is formed. Let the temperature is T2. T2 is the freezing point of solution. Now we can calculate molar cryoscopic constant Kf by substituting the values. Weight of solvent taken is 3 gram and solute is 0.3 gram. Freezing point of solvent and freezing point of solute we noted from the experiment. By knowing the values T1 and T2, we can find delta Tf. Delta Tf is equal to T1 minus T2. Now we substitute values in this expression. Kf is equal to delta Tf into M2 into W1 divided by 1000 into W2. Now we can find the Kf. When we substitute values here in this expression, we can find the Kf value. To calculate the molecular weight of the unknown solute with this Kf value, we have to do one more test. Take 3 gram of solvent and 0.3 gram unknown solute in inner tube, which is covered with outer jacket. Heat the mixture until the temperature reaches 5 degrees Celsius above its melting point, and then remove the inner tube from outer jacket. Allow the melt to cool. Record the temperature at which the first crystal formation. Let the temperature is T3. So T3 is the freezing point of the solution containing unknown solute and solvent. Let us calculate the molecular weight of unknown solute. In the second assembly, weight of solvent taken is 3 gram and weight of solute is 0.3 gram. Freezing point of solvent that we read already. The freezing point of solution T3, now we read from the experiment. By knowing T1 and T3, we can find delta Tf. Delta Tf is equal to T1 minus T3. Already we find Kf value. When we substitute all the values in this expression, we can find the molecular weight of unknown solute. you.